It's election year in America and President Joe Biden is urging voters to not vote. Sounds bizarre? It's because it is. It began in the state of New Hampshire. This state has a Democratic primary lined up. That's where Democrats choose their presidential candidate. That's a primary, where you choose the presidential candidate of your party in America. But just days ahead of this primary, people here started getting a strange call. It was a robocall, but the voice was that of Joe Biden. He was asking Democrats to not vote in the primary, asking them to save their votes for November, which is when the presidential election will take place. Let me read out an excerpt from this call. This is what it says. Voting this Tuesday only enables the Republicans in their quest to elect Donald Trump again. So why is Biden asking people not to vote? Well, that's the thing. It's not him. It's not Joe Biden. This was a deepfake call. It was technology sounding like Biden.
It's a robocall for an upcoming election, 2024, obviously, so I just want to be careful in that comment, but that call was indeed fake and not recorded by the president. I can confirm that, and so I just want to be really careful since it is a primary election, it is a campaign, don't want to speak too much about that. Look, more broadly, as we talk about deep fakes, the president has been clear that there are risks associated with deepfakes. Fake images and misinformation can be exacerbated by emerging technologies.
Republicans deny any involvement in this. The Trump campaign says it was not them. But these calls went to almost 20,000 people. No one knows who was behind the calls. New Hampshire is investigating it now. And this episode has left experts and voters alarmed, not just in America, but the world over. Because 2024 is the year of elections. Nearly 70 countries are going to polls. That's over half of the global population. So there will be a lot of elections, which means there will be a lot of fake news and possibly deep fakes. They can replicate a person's voice. They can replicate a person's appearance. You can make a deep fake, do and say whatever you want, pretty much. Then there's audio deepfakes. They're cheap, easy to edit, and extremely difficult to trace, which makes them even more dangerous because deepfakes can alter reality. They can influence voters and by extension, influence election results. Just look at the survey from America. 81% voters say that deepfakes have impacted their decisions. 36% say deepfakes made them change their votes. 41% say they were misled by deepfakes. So it is a huge problem. In 2023, online deepfake videos surged by 550%. There were at least 500,000 audio and video deepfakes on social media platforms, and it's only growing this year. There's voice cloning, identity manipulation, AI-produced fake news, manipulated images. You name it, and AI does it for you. In Bangladesh, deepfakes took over the internet ahead of elections. The ruling party, the opposition, no one was spared, and that's because of how cheap they are. You could make deepfakes for as little as $24 a month. In Taiwan, voters faced a flood of deepfakes. They targeted pro-independence candidates. Most of them are believed to have come from China. In Pakistan, political parties themselves are using deepfakes. Imran Khan used an AI clone to address a rally. That's because he himself is in jail. And this is a big challenge for India too. It is the 6th most vulnerable country susceptible to deepfakes. The Prime Minister himself has spoken about this.
आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के कारण और उसमें भी डीप फेक के कारण जो एक नया संकट आ रहा है, भारत का बहुत बड़ा वर्ग ऐसा है कि उसके पास वेरिफिकेशन के लिए या ऑथेंटिफाई करने के लिए कोई उसके पास पैरेलल व्यवस्था नहीं है। और बाय एंड लार्ज आजादी की लड़ाई से लेकर के भारत में जिस भी चीजें से मीडिया शब्द जुड़ता है उसकी एक इज्जत है और उसके कारण डीप फेक हो तो भी वो भरोसा कर लेता है यार ऐसे थोड़ा आया होगा, कुछ तो होगा। और ये बहुत बड़े संकट की तरफ जाएगा समाज में।
So what are companies and countries doing about it? OpenAI has taken steps to restrict the use of its products in politics. Facebook and Instagram will flag political deepfakes. If political advertisers use AI in ads, they will be required to flag it on their platforms. So there are a few guardrails, but there are many more gaps. And deepfakes are distorting the truth. Politicians can say and do outrageous things, then call it AI generated and get away with it. So there is no accountability. Here's what governments need to do: introduce and enforce regulation, provide deepfake identifiers, and limit or completely ban the use of AI in political campaigns. Here's what we as voters need to do: be more vigilant. If something looks or sounds fishy, double check. Turn to traditional sources of news, not random reels or TikTok videos. And if you cannot verify something, do not hit forward. Because in 2024, it is not just power that is up for grabs, it is reality itself.